It's okay to be spiritual, even if you're not religious, don't have any crystals to put under the moon, and don't have time to meditate.
Because that's when life gets fun, becomes fulfilling, and then you discover that it really is okay to be spiritual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Views expressed are those of the hosts and guests' personal experiences. The information provided is not a substitute for professional advice, whether medical, legal, or otherwise. Welcome back to another episode of It's Okay to Be Spiritual. I'm Helen, and this is Laurie.
Welcome.
And we're ready to shuffle, Laurie. Remember, we're making this a spiritually guided podcast.
I've been waiting for this card. It's Signs and Synchronicities.
This is a super fun topic.
And we actually have that as our first note on this card when we were putting together ideas about what we wanted to share. And the signs and synchronicities are the funnest part of the whole spiritual journey, I believe personally.
I'd agree. There is, it's like driving into the car park and asking the cosmos for a car park and voila, there one is. It's asking for reassurance and then you see the number 222. I find that one really reassuring for me. 222 means I'm being cared for, the angels are by my side, everything will work out okay. It's just like, for me, it's a mothering sense. I'm mothered by the universe. But, I think, we can have a feather fall down. We can have numbers. We can have lyrics of a song. We can have a special part of a movie speaks to us. It can be a lot. The neighbour might say something unexpected and it's a message it's a sign and synchronicity. It's a message. I don't know, Laurie, they appear in your life all the time. Tell us a couple.
100%. My children are always delivering the messages, and we've had conversations about this, and children are very open to source receiving. So there's a beautiful story just recently. My father-in-law passed away, but he had a ginger beer as one of the last drinks that he really wanted, and my children didn't know this, and 2 days after, goosebumps here as I tell this, we went into Super Cheap and my son picked out a ginger beer air freshener for my husband, his dad's car. And I just think, what are the odds of him picking that? There was a whole row of them. And if you don't think that there's synchronicities and there's angels around us every day, I don't know what I can do to convince you. But let's start. Let's talk about angel numbers, because angel numbers are the big ones that will start to drop in for you when your awareness has just increased. Maybe someone just mentioned a conversation, or you're watching this podcast and you've not heard of angel numbers before, because prior to March 2023, I didn't know what an angel number was.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you wonder why you always saw 11:11 on the clock? Or
never. But in the lead up to my awakening, I can see them. I could see them as they were coming in, but it wasn't until that big bang that happened for me personally that I started making sense. But I would start to think about people and they would appear. And then
or they ring.
Yes.
Or you know who's calling before you pick up the phone.
Yeah. And then so the angel numbers pop in and you'll generally start seeing them as a triple or a quad when you first come into your awareness. So 111 is very common. 333 is another one that pops up. And so when they come in, you just thank your angels for delivering you this beautiful message. And if you're happy with that's more than enough. If you just need that reassurance, if perhaps you feel like you're being attacked by angel numbers, because they can get very aggressive, and it's generally because
persistent, not aggressive. Angels are never aggressive. Can you hear them? They're like, how dare you call us that? But we are persistent.
And maybe I don't listen when I should, so maybe they really get in my face at times. I mean, look, it's me. So they do have to really throw them at me at times, and it's generally transition. There's something big coming up for me and they just want me to be aware of it. And it's up to me to put the numbers together and whether I'm using that from personal experience, whether numbers mean something in my life, whether it was the first house I lived in, my current street address, whether it's linked to where I work. I intentionally set angel numbers to be received at any point in time. So I have an agreement with my angels. Do you have agreements in place, Helen?
Oh, not quite like yours. Laurie's very specific for those who don't know yet.
And so I am letting go of control, but I also think I also
try to control my angels.
But I think if you can use it to your advantage, why not? If you've got this amazing...
Is this an alternate definition of control?
Possibly. But if you have this amazing team around you and you can receive information and they can steer you down the right path, why wouldn't you?
Yes.
Take control. If you're seeing them and you're wanting more, you don't have to want more.
Maybe we could just tweak this a little bit. Instead of take control, get engaged. Be in relationship with this conversation that's happening. Like, think of it, you can make it really practical. Angels are non-physical. They're having to sort of reach into our world through signs and synchronicities because they're not actually here. They can't actually shake you.
Even though they would love to. But that's 100% right. So if you're an angel or synchronicity skeptic, I want you to tell me how you want them to send us messages, because we can't see them. You know, some of us can, but a lot of us can't see them, and you don't need to have spiritual gifts to talk to the angels.
No. Well, you already do have spiritual gifts, you just don't realize it.
And a way of receiving from the angels is through numbers and synchronicity. So personally, I've set the number 123 as a sign that I have asked my angels to drop in whenever I'm on the right path. And so the process for that is you just pick whatever number that resonates with you, and you say, as of this day, I would like you, angels, to send me the number 456 when I'm on the right path. When there's a redirection coming that's necessary for my highest good, send me 653. You know, you can pick it. Whatever resonates. It doesn't need to be a triple. You can get them in any way. Phone numbers are really common ways that you can see something that's not a quad or a triple number. Street signs, receipts, weights. It's absolutely endless. It's number plates are also very common. The microwave.
But it doesn't have to be numbers either.
No.
It could be, for many people, it's white feathers. So we went to a funeral earlier at the beginning of the year. It was a suicide. It was very sad. And the partner left behind received white feathers the day after the funeral. And, that was just so reassuring, so comforting. Such confirmation that the thoughts she was thinking in that moment were aligned to the truth, and that she was still loved, is loved. There was just so much in that. But so, it can be numbers, it can be feathers, it could be, one of the ones I love is when I'm walking on the beach, I often find heart-shaped pebbles or shells, often pebbles. I love that.
And a heart really resonates with you, doesn't it, Helen?
Oh, yeah.
With your heart-based work. And so you may also find that a butterfly or a sunflower or a koala is something that you resonate with, and it has a greater purpose or a link to your life. And so when you see that, don't dismiss it. It is absolutely for you and a sign for you.
Yep. Anything that really makes you wonder is usually a sign.
And you will feel them in your body. So goosebumps, the rush of warmth, someone might say...
comfort. I get comfort.
Yeah. So, whereas I will get goosebumps and this rush through my body and a feeling, and particularly song lyrics.
Yeah.
So song lyrics were really big for me, and they were one of the first that popped in as well. And so sometimes there'll be a random song that comes on your playlist, or it will come on the radio and it will be repetitive, and then you'll see a number that also seems to pop up. So the very first synchronicity with songs that I had was at the chiropractor's office. And so every time I went in, you haven't heard this story. And so every time I sat in the waiting room at the chiropractor's office, there's this song by David Gray called Babylon.
I like that song.
Do you know, no one knows this song. So that song would play, and it's a 97 song, I think. It's not a common song. You won't hear it on a radio station or a common playlist.
Until now.
Until now, everyone will be Googling this song because wait till you hear the lyrics. And so it happened 2 or 3 times to the point where I went out and I said, what playlist are you playing? Because every time I come in, this song is on. And she said, we have about 12 different playlists and they just randomly shuffle on. And it wasn't something that was played every day and I wasn't in the same day at the same time. And then I just started thinking, what is going on? And then a weekend very close by, I walked past I'm getting goosebumps, a cafe on the Gold Coast. That song was playing.
Yeah.
And that song is a song that the man who we hired to play at our wedding, that was the first song we ever heard him play. So there is an artist in Noosa called Hari Bandhu he's an amazing singer. I'm not sure if he's up there. So 2008, my husband and I lived in Noosa and we would go and watch him perform. He's a beautiful singer, heart of gold, amazing soul. And we chose him as the man we wanted to sing when I walked down the aisle. And the first song we ever heard him play and the song that we would always recognise when we would be walking up to watch his sets was this David Gray Babylon. And if you look at the lyrics, and this is where it really hits home, right? It says, let go of your heart, let go of your head and feel it. And isn't that everything that this is all about? You know, the signs, the synchronicities, don't overthink it. Don't get in your head about it. You feel it. And in these moments, it's just this bliss that rushes through you. And you just realize that there is something so much bigger here with me every day. And this is how it's communicating with me.
Yeah. And then it becomes more than just signs and synchronicities. It becomes interactions with people. So there's someone I've been wanting to talk to, and we just haven't overlapped in opportunity to have this conversation I've wanted to have with this person about what they've done in the past and what led them to where they are now. And you know, you just need a little bit of time. Like, we're always rushing past each other. Anyway, so I happened to say to him about a week ago, at some point soon, we're going to get the chance to talk. And then just 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Just yesterday, we arrived at the same location a couple of minutes early, and we had the chance to have that conversation. And we had the conversation, and he turns to me and he goes, I guess this is the conversation you told me we'd have. You know, so... and it was really exciting. So, you know, once you practice the appreciation of the triple numbers or the angel number or the feathers or the lyrics that turn up at just the right moment or whatever it is for you, you know, there are no rules. It can be absolutely anything. Sometimes it's opening a book and turning to just the right page, and the paragraph kind of leaps off the page and lands in your forehead, and that's the line you needed to read that day. Whatever it is, once you start engaging with it more and offering more appreciation, then it can just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it starts becoming, I'm in the right place at the right time for the right job, or I'm in the right place at the right time for the right business opportunity, or whatever it is.
100%. And it also works if you're in the wrong place and you can see that and you can feel that something's just not right. I'm not meant to be here. And maybe an owl or a crow comes squawking down and it's a bit of an alert, like you shouldn't be here, you know, something's not right. And if you've got that awareness and that communication, you will know that's not just a crow, because you were feeling unsettled and the crows come in, and that is absolutely all part of this bigger picture and how they communicate and how it will come in for you when you're open to it.
If there was just one thing I wanted someone to know on this topic, it would be that it's about relationship. It's about relationship with the universe or with source energy or with God, whichever name you like. But it's totally about relationship, and them being able to, or them or it or whatever, source being able to communicate with us and us being able to communicate back.
Exactly. And so you can do that in whichever way you like. So I think homework and practice after this episode would be to look at what your synchronicities are, what is coming in around you. Pretend for 24 hours that this entire universe is completely programmed for you. Everything you're seeing is a sign. Everything is leading you on the right path or redirecting you into another path. And I just want you to see what it is. What's the number you see when you wake up? What type of things are coming into your peripheral? What numbers are there? What songs are popping up? It's all part of it. What conversations you're having. Is everyone talking about, wanting to get new jobs or changing careers? And maybe that's coming for you as well. And just take note of it and see what is popping up.
But don't go too crazy.
No.
This is exploratory. Mm-hmm. This is observational. This is still fun, but Laurie's encouraging increased observation, not send you batshit crazy.
And look, you might feel a little bit crazy at times and reach out, because I've been on the cray-cray train and I've got off, allegedly. That's probably up for debate. Some may think I'm still on the train, but I see enough numbers to know I'm not. I definitely got off. But it's definitely there. It can be so fun. We constantly have conversations of when we're making business decisions. We book a website, or we pay for something or progress forward, and then I'll walk out my office and there was a rainbow piece of paper on the ground, and then I walked past a car that was 111, and then I got a bubble tea and it had a smile and a little motivational message on it. It's all just it, and it lights you up and it lifts you up, and you can't imagine a world without it once you're in it.
Absolutely, because it's fun and exciting. So, until the next episode.
Look around.
Stay alert, but don't go crazy.